Hey, what's up, guys? So I'm just coming back from the gym. So working out with some friends. I drink my Shakeology as my recovery drink, which is what I always do. So it's funny, I was reading an article yesterday in one of my magazines, and it talks about the importance of diet. And this is important. I know I addressed this previously on some of my other Doc B's Dailies. So, but here's some parameters I want you guys to think about when we talk about diet. So the most important thing you want to think about is caloric intake. I'm not saying that's the only thing. This is what you want to focus on in order. I'm not saying this is you're the only thing you should worry about. I want you to take this step by step, and depending on what stage of your fitness journey you're in, you may choose to focus on these at different points of your fitness journey. So first of all, let's work on your caloric intake. So make sure if you're trying to lose weight, you want to be at a caloric deficit. If you're trying to add on weight, you want to be at a caloric excess. Keep in mind, if you're 500 calories times 7 days to 3,500 calories. So depending on whether you're at a caloric excess or a caloric deficit, you can actually lose or gain a pound of weight per week, depending on how you work that. So, for instance, if someone's 500 pounds, I'll be told if you're 6 foot, 500 pounds, which some people are, I know some people who are that way. I'm not going to talk about the other 4 things. I'm going to focus on just having you just lower your caloric intake. Because if you're 500 pounds, some tells us you're probably taking in multiples of thousands of calories a day, and you're not burning that off. It's not like you're taking in 9,000 calories a day like a Michael Phelps. And you're burning it because he works out 12 hours a day. If you're 500 pounds, you're not taking in 9,000 calories a day and burning that. No. You're probably taking in that many calories a day and you're not burning it. It's just staying on your body as fat. So I'll be honest, if you're 500 pounds, I would tell you eat whatever the hell whatever the heck you want to eat. Eat whatever the heck you want to eat, but let's bring it down to whatever your goal weight is. Let's multiply that times 11, or we can make it easy. Let's multiply that times 10. So let's bring it down to 2,000 calories a day. If you're trying to be 200 pounds, at 6 feet, which is not bad if you're a muscular person. So that's the first thing you want to remember. So let's work on your caloric intake. Second thing you want to work on is your macronutrients. So depending upon your goals and depending upon your individual biology, some of you may choose to go low carb and high fat. Some of you may choose to focus on your protein intake, depending upon if you have strength goals, you're trying to build muscles. It all depends. So that's your macronutrient. So after you lost that weight at 500 pounds, you're going down to 200. That's when I'll focus on, okay, let's look at your macronutrient profile. Now, if you're already at goal weight, you just want to change your composition, okay, I'll make sure we're at appropriate caloric intake, because you want to make sure you're taking in enough calories for your training regimen. So we'll look at macronutrients. And then we're looking at your food timing. Whether you're going to eat right before you go to bed, are you going to do intermittent fasting? Everyone is different. Some people notice intermittent fasting, oh my gosh, I have incredible energy. Some people may go ahead and do that with intermittent fasting. Some people may say, no, I can't do it. I got to eat every 3 hours. That's unique to each individual and your own, biology or genetics, or whatever you want to call it. Some people, are okay with intermittent fasting. Some people are okay with eating right before they go to sleep. Some people don't want to eat right before they go to sleep. So depending upon your goals, if you're trying to put on weight, guess what? I might talk to you about taking in a meal right before you go to sleep. So nutrient timing. You can eat the same meal, 2 people, and then one can have more desirable outcomes because he's eating, more appropriate for what works for him. For instance, some people work out fasting and do very well working out fasting. Some people got to eat a meal about an hour or 2 hours prior to working out. So it depends upon your goals and your individual biology. So nutrient timing. So that's the third thing, composition, food composition. So you don't want all your protein just to come from protein powders. You need to eat real protein sources from natural sources like meat, chicken, fish. So food composition. You need to eat unprocessed food. You need to have your body go ahead and do the work, not bombard your body with food that's already broken down, and now you have that insulin spike in your body. And wondering why you feel highly energized and satiated, and then you have that drop in your energy a couple hours later, simply because you already had that insulin spike bringing down your glucose, because the food is already not in its natural state, where you need to have your body work on that food, work on those complex carbs coming from vegetables, so that you have a nice even insulin level. So, and the last thing you want to focus on is supplement. Once you got all that other stuff in line, then we'll talk about supplementation. There's no need to talk about supplementation. Everything else is not in place. I'm not going to talk to you about creatine and N-acetylcysteine if you don't have everything else in line. That's the last thing you want to take. You want to try your best to get as much vitamins and minerals from your natural foods, and not focus on taking in this vitamin, that vitamin, these natural greens. That's the last thing you want to worry about, supplementation. Your goal is to get everything else from the previous elements I referred to before. So the reason nutrition is important, because if you have good nutrition, if you have a nutritional practice that's healthy for you, you'll see the way you look, feel, and perform will improve and meet your desired goals. Look, feel, and perform. Those are the things I like to talk about. Look, feel, and perform. We all want to look a certain way, or we have certain goals, how we want to look, what we want to look like. That's particular to you. Feel, you can look a certain way. Like, I know some physique models, they're happy with the way they look, but they feel horrible because they're not taking in enough food. And then you have, perform. You could look good, feel good, but wow, you're not performing correctly because you're not focused on your nutrient timing. So, you're not taking the right supplements. So look, feel, and perform. All right, peace out.